So if you're considering a move to Rochester, Minnesota, you've probably had this thought at least once, even if you didn't say it out loud. Is Rochester boring? And if you're coming from a bigger metro, you might be wondering if you're trading excitement for quiet or convenience for comfort, or if you're about to move somewhere that feels like it shuts down at 7 p.m. Well, I'm Kelly Domaille with Domaille Real Estate right here at eXp Realty in Rochester, Minnesota. And my husband and I, we help people just like you relocate here every week. Families, professionals, physicians, remote workers, and people moving here for all kinds of jobs and life reasons. And one of the biggest reasons that people hesitate is because they're trying to picture what their life will really feel like here day to day. They're not asking if Rochester has things to do. They're asking if Rochester will feel like a good life. But before we get into it, if you like honest, no fluff relocation content just like this, please make sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we put out weekly videos to help you move with clarity, not assumptions. Now, let's answer the question straight. Rochester can feel boring to some people. It can also feel like relief. The difference isn't Rochester. The difference is what you think fun is and how you build a life in a place like this. So in bigger cities, entertainment is constant and pretty effortless. You can walk out your door and stumble out into the nightlife, right? But there are more venues, more noise, more options, and more people. And if constant stimulation is what you love, Rochester isn't going to feel the same. It's not trying to be Minneapolis, and it's not trying to be a Chicago. Rochester really has its own rhythm, and that rhythm is built around community, routines, and intentional plans, rather than just nonstop energy. So if you move here expecting your life to automatically feel full without effort, you might be disappointed at first. But if you move here expecting to build a lifestyle, not just consume one, well then Rochester starts to feel surprisingly rich. And here's what people get wrong about boring. They assume it means nothing's happening. What it actually means is fewer random options and more deliberate choices. People who love Rochester don't spend their lives waiting for the city to entertain them. They plan dinners, they host friends, they join groups, they build routines that make life feel full. And when you do that here, your calendar fills up faster than you'd expect. Now let's talk about what daily fun actually looks like in Rochester, because this is where a picture gets pretty clear. For a lot of adults, fun is simple. It's a great cup of coffee, it's a quick workout, maybe a walk on a trail, dinner at a place you actually like, and seeing people that you know. And Rochester delivers that kind of life pretty well. You can find good local restaurants, you can find places with a real relaxed vibe, and you can find quiet corners and community spots where you start recognizing faces. And that familiarity becomes part of what makes life feel pretty good here. And for families, fun is also different than it used to be. It's kids' activities, weekend events, parks, sports, school communities, local festivals, farmers market, and being able to do things without turning it into a full day ordeal. Rochester supports that lifestyle because it's manageable. You're not stuck spending weekends in traffic or coordinating complicated logistics. You can just say yes to more things because the city isn't draining your time. And for high achievers, fun often becomes recovery. It's golf, fitness, trails, hobbies, and time at home that actually feels peaceful. A lot of professionals moving here tell us that they didn't realize how tired they were until they lived in a place where daily life felt pretty steady. And now that doesn't mean Rochester is a sleepy town with no culture. There are events, there are festivals, there are live shows, there are community gatherings, seasonal activities. There are nonprofit events and social groups. And because Mayo and the healthcare community bring in talented people from everywhere, there's more diversity in interests than many people expect. This city feels more international than it looks on paper. But here's the honest truth. If your idea of fun is being surrounded by strangers and constant nightlife, well, Rochester probably won't be your favorite. There are bars, there are breweries, there are places to go, but it isn't a nightlife first city, it's a lifestyle first city. Your life here is built around your people, your routines, and your priorities. And that's why the boring question really matters, because it really is a values question. Do you want stimulation or do you want stability? Do you want endless options or do you want time and calm? Do you want a place that's always on or a place that feels livable? Right here, if you want a clear way to evaluate whether Rochester matches your lifestyle before you move, scan the QR code on your screen and download our free Rochester Relocation Starter Kit. It helps you think through your real day-to-day life, not just the housing side of moving. Now, let's talk about the part that surprises people the most. Rochester can feel boring if you don't engage. It can feel lonely if you sit back and wait. This is a community that rewards participation. People who thrive here, they show up. They join things, they get involved. They take a class, join a gym, connect through school activities, maybe participate in faith communities. They join leagues or they volunteer. Once you're in, you're in. And relationships might take time, but they stick. And when you build that kind of community, Rochester starts to feel less like a small city and more like a solid life. So what's the real answer? Rochester isn't boring, it's intentional. It's steady, it's manageable, and it's built around people who care about meaningful work and a calmer life outside of it. If you're looking for nonstop chaos, you're going to miss it here. If you're looking for a lifestyle that supports you, you'll probably feel relief. And here's what I want you to take away. The people who love living here didn't necessarily love it day one. They learned the rhythm, they found their places, and they built their circle. They stopped comparing it to where they came from, and they started building what they wanted here. So if you're relocating to Rochester and you want help figuring out what your life could look like here, please download our free Rochester Relocation Starter Kit by scanning that QR code on the screen, and it will walk you through this step by step. I'm Kelly Domaille with Domaille Real Estate. We live here, we work here, and we help people just like you relocate with clarity so that you don't feel surprised after your move. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.